Hello guys, it's Craig from fixitfallows, and you can see I am in the garage. But I won't be for long because I'm going out to the Mercedes Vito W639 because I have a coolant leak on it. And it seems to be leaking from this pipe. This is the replacement. We'll see how we get on. Let me show you this in a bit of closer detail. Okay, so here is the part number. So I have bought myself a genuine Mercedes-Benz part. There you go, there's the part number, and this is the part. So there we go. There you go, see, genuine Mercedes. So this end here connects to the block sort of at the cylinder head end. It's got a sprung clip on it. It then continues in rubber to this coupling here into this metal U-bend section. The U-bend then continues down to here, and this bit connects into another rubber hose that runs down in the engine bay off to wherever it needs to go. It's got this part on it here which connects to some sort of unit in the engine bay. So I'm not sure whether this acts as a heat exchanger, you know, like heat sink, but yeah, we're going to try and change it. Now it's quite high on the engine, so I'm wondering whether I really do need to drain the entire system down or just accept a bit of fluid loss, taking this bit out and then just topping it up. Probably best to do a coolant change. It's probably due, but we'll see how we get on. Also, I'm not quite sure how good access is going to be for getting to these connections. So let's go out to the cab. Say cab because it is a cab, a London taxi, but let's go out to the Vito and see how we get on. So here we are in the engine bay, and the pipe we're looking at is down here. There you see the top rubber section goes back in that U-bend bit like that. So we've got to remove that engine cowling, take out the air box, take all that out. That cowling can then come up, and then perhaps we can get access to that pipe. We'll see. So there you go, air box and cowling are out. There they are down there. And now, as you can see, that gives us access to that pipe. That's the clip we've got to remove. It's like a spring clip. Pipe goes back there. Yeah, back there, there's a couple of bolts down on that bit, and then it goes down, and then there's another spring clip there. You see, we've got to take that one off as well. This is the part of the pipe that's actually leaking, and just there is some tissues that I had wrapped around the part that was leaking, just to prove to myself that it was leaking. Okay, so using an extension bar and a universal joint, because it's not a directly straight access, I'm using a 7mm bit to get these couple of bolts out. They're a bit awkward to get to, but it can be done. You see, like, I've already got one out. They're actually like a male Torx head, but a conventional 7mm bit will fit on it. So there you go, there's the second bolt out. Now you can see the pipe moves much more freely and gives us much better access to those spring clips. Okay, we're going to take the spring clip off this end first. We're just going to use a pair of pliers to reach down and squeeze the two parts of the clip together, and then we'll do the same with the other end. Okay, before removing those clips, I've just made up these little two blocks, and using a G-clamp, I've squeezed the pipe together, and this should hopefully limit the amount of coolant that I lose. And there you go, there's the old pipe out, and that's the joint that was leaking. So now time to put the new pipe in. So there we are, there's the first end installed. That's the metal end of the new pipe into the rubber hose, and the clip has been engaged, so that's all nice and secure. That just leaves for the heat sink part to be bolted back together before finally connecting the other end back to the engine block. Okay, let's get those two bolts done up. There's the first, and there's the second one in place. So now what we've got to do is push this pipe down onto the engine block there and release the clip, and you do this by just putting a little tool into that hole and levering it up, and then it actually just clips into place for you. So using an Allen key in a pair of mole grips like this, I can reach down to that clip because access is a bit tight, and it should work for me. Boom, there you go. That click was it releasing into place. So now the engine cowling is back on, the airbox is in place, the new pipe is all in place well. I've just got to put that oil pipe back on. That's all good. Now I've just got to top up the coolant. Okay, so now we've got to mix up some coolant to go back in the system. So here we've got some red coolant as per Mercedes specification. So this is concentrate, so you just mix it 50-50 with some distilled water. I'm going to mix it up in this bottle and feed it in bit by bit. Having topped up the header tank, I will let the engine run for a while and observe the coolant level and top it up as appropriate. So there you go, there's the coolant pipe on my W639 Mercedes Vito replaced. Not too bad a job, lost a tiny amount of coolant fluid, but nothing too terrible. And I thank you once again for tuning in. Please check out some of my other videos and please be sure to like and subscribe. Cheers guys, see you soon.